This is easily the most common question I get. How to keep your things safe when traveling, whether it's in a hostel, out and about, on a beach, by a swimming pool. I get emails, comments constantly, and it's been a long time coming that I am going to reveal my secrets of how I keep my things safe when traveling. First off, your first point of call is, if you're worried about taking something, don't take it. If you're sat there with your backpack and you're packing, and you're looking at something like, I do like this remote, but my mum would kill me if I lost it. If you are seriously concerned about losing something, like you'll panic, leave it at home. It's not worth it. Another tip before you leave home is, if you are traveling with something super expensive, maybe you're a photographer or a photographer enthusiast and you really want to take that DSLR, but that DSLR costs you like $1,000. And when you get your travel insurance, you'll notice that for personal items, it won't cover a lot. Like if you're taking a MacBook and an expensive camera, it's not going to cover it. So what you can do is you can put an add-on. If you're that concerned about it, and you definitely need to take it, whether it's for work or you're just stubborn, then you can put an add-on on your insurance for the value of the item. Yes, it's going to cost you more. You may never lose it. You may never get it robbed. But if it gives you that peace of mind, then that's your option. Let's talk about hostels. Most hostels do have lockers, but they won't give you the lock, as I always say. So seriously, it doesn't have to be a massive padlock. It doesn't have to be an expensive padlock. Just go and buy a padlock with a key or a code. So when you get into your hostel, you can use the lockers there to keep anything valuable in. But then I always get the question, well, what if they don't have lockers? Well, you put it in your bag and you put it under your bed. Which brings me on to my next thing. If you arrive in a hostel, you automatically get a sense, a gut feeling, like, yeah, this is a cool place, this is genuine, this is legit, people seem really nice. Or you'll get that feeling when you walk in of, I do not want to leave my stuff here. If that is the case, then find another hostel. No one's forcing you to stay there. That's the great thing about travel. You have the freedom to move and change your mind and change your plans. If you've really picked a hostel online that you get there and you're like, I do not feel safe here, then leave, all right? Your peace of mind, your safety is way more important than anything else, including losing a deposit of however much on Hostel World. So in general, you will just leave things in your backpack under your bed. Do things get stolen in hostels? Yes. Do things get stolen anywhere? Yes. The worst thing is when travelers steal from you. It doesn't happen very often, so please, it's never happened to me. Touch wood, it never does. But it can happen. Travelers are more likely to steal your food, which is still not right. And every other backpacker will get up in arms over it because we have a traveling community. We don't steal from each other. We're all trying to make our money go as far as possible. It's kind of when you find someone in your hostel who's from that country, that's when we found you get the most trouble. And that's not saying that happens with everyone from your home country. Like if you're in Australia and you're an Australian, staying in an Australian hostel, it's just those are more likely to cause trouble or steal your things because they're in their home country. They feel a bit more, secure about stealing stuff. If you are somewhere in a hostel, which is probably not going to happen, but if you're feeling that nervous and there is no locker, then putting your things in your backpack, don't put your laptop right on top. Because if someone did want to rob you, all you have to do is open your bag. Oh, sweet laptop, you left it right there. If you have a necklace or something, or a bracelet, or whatever, which you should have left at home, revert to point one. Don't make it easy, put things in little pockets and just scatter it about. But seriously, you really don't have to worry about this. It's never happened to me. I don't know if Scott's ever had anything robbed. I don't think so. You have it in your mind the hostels are this when they're actually this. Don't freak out. Do not worry. All right, hostels, done. Passport. I get this a lot. What do you do with your passport? Do you leave it in your hostel or do you take it out with you? This all depends on your accommodation and your circumstance. Like I said, use your gut. If you go into a hostel, you're staying in a hotel, fine, great, with good security, leave your stuff in there, not a problem. If you're staying in a hostel, use your common sense. I actually hate the idea of taking my passport out with me everywhere I go because I'm clumsy, I'm forgetful, and I'm just stupid. I'll have more chance of losing it if I take it out with me. One thing I will say though when it comes to passports is always have a copy. We have 2 laminated copies of our passport picture page. One we keep on us, one we keep back here, and then we've got our passport. And you should also photocopy your passport and email it to yourself, like scan it and email it to yourself and email it to a couple of friends. Why? Because if your passport ever gets taken or it gets lost, it's so much easier to get a replacement passport if you go to your embassy with a photocopy of it. Let's talk about when you're out and about. When we went to Indonesia and when we were in Thailand, we don't wear jewelry. And to be honest, I feel safer in Thailand than I do back home, to be honest, and you'll hear that a lot, and it is true. I feel safer here than I do in Birmingham. Well, that's not really a far stretch of feeling safe, is it? I love Birmingham! Don't walk around with your iPad out or your iPhone out with your diamond earrings and your gold chain like that, walking down the street completely oblivious, looking like the ultimate tourist with way too much money. Wear cheap clothes. People ask me why I wear the same clothes. Well, one, because I don't need a big wardrobe. I've got enough clothes to, you know, cover my body on a regular basis. I'm not big into like buying loads and loads and loads of new clothes and having loads of clothes. That's what 3 years of travel does to you. You're a bit of a minimalist. Seriously, just wear shorts and a t-shirt. Take your expensive jewelry off. Don't walk around with your iPhone, like just, you know, parading everything around in a country you might not feel very safe in, for example. Sure, you can get your iPhone out when you sit at a cafe, but you know what I mean? Just use your common sense. Don't make yourself look like a massive target. The next thing I'll talk about is being robbed. Touch wood, I've never been robbed whilst traveling. But you know the most likely time you're gonna get robbed whilst traveling is when you're in a bar, your 8th beer in, 4th shot in, and you have no idea where you are, and someone robs you. Because you're so drunk on either alcohol or you're high as F on drugs. That is when it happens. People target those kind of areas like Koh San Road in Bangkok. Not everyone gets robbed, but you are more of a target if you are absolutely smashed off your face, got plenty of money in your wallet, your iPhone, your camera, everything on you, and you are so drunk you can't even see straight. Yeah, you're a target, and people know that. So don't get absolutely wasted. Just don't do it. Go out and have a couple of drinks, no problem, but keep your wits about you, especially if you're in a very busy, crowded, tourist-known area, like very backpacker area where everyone goes to party and get drunk. Now let's talk about money. So the best way to carry your money, and I do have a video on it, so I'll link you up to that, how to carry your cash abroad. Travel cards are the best. The ones where you can load on and they have very few fees, sometimes no fees whatsoever. All you have to pay is pretty much the ATM fee, which pretty much everyone has to pay anyway. So in your home country, it differs for everyone, so I can't recommend one, but just type in travel money card into Google for your country and you'll come up with so many, and you get to preload it and they're accepted very widely, but it just reduces your fees. And then when it comes to cash, don't take out huge amounts of money from the ATM and carry that on you. My rule of thumb is take only what you're willing to lose, which sometimes sounds a bit ridiculous because none of us are willing to lose any money whatsoever if possible, but you know what I mean. Don't take out all of your money from the ATM, because if you do lose it, or it's misplaced, or it is taken from you, you're screwed. If you're going on a 4-week trip, then make a trip maybe once a week to the ATM, budget out, see how much you need, take that amount out, split it up, take only what you need on you and on your person, and then leave the rest in a safe and secure place. Also, Scott has this little clip, and I'm going to talk about money belts, but I need to go get his clip. I personally have owned a money belt. I brought one and I never used it. They are the most uncomfortable thing. I've never seen a traveller use one. We all buy them, but I rarely see people using them. Scott has this incredible product that I love. So he has this normal wallet, which has just a small amount of money for, you know, if we go to the shop or we grab a coffee or we grab lunch, and nothing there to do. But sometimes you need to take a little bit more out with you if you're going to a market, or you're going on a big day out, or you're going out for dinner and cocktails for a treat and you don't know how much it's going to cost. This is Scott's money clip, and this is how it works. So you just take it. Done. So actually this has been a lifesaver, because if you do need to take a bit more money, you want a bit of emergency money for the day, this, amazing. I'm going to see if I can find it. I think it's from Amazon or something, or Scott got it off eBay, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure he did find this on Amazon again. I will try and link it down below for you if I can find it. Traveller's checks are dead, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. And my final thing, I'm going to talk about the beach. I get a lot of this, and this was my biggest concern when I booked my flight to Greece and I knew I'd be on a lot of beaches on my own. It's like, what do you do? What do you do with your stuff? You do have a couple of options, but first things first, don't take everything to the beach. Don't take your laptop to the beach if you're going on your own and know you're going to go for a swim. Don't take your DSLR to the beach, if you know what I mean. Take the minimalist things. If you're going for a beach day where you know you're just going to be lazing and swimming and lazing and swimming and back and forth on your own, there's no need for you to take fancy schmancy technology. You know, if you want to take those perfect shots with a DSLR or whatever of the beach, then go down separately, take the pictures, but don't take in your laptop, your DSLR and everything else with you, and then leaving it out. To be honest, we just kind of judge our gut feeling on the beach, and we have our things set up. We make sure it's not a crowded part of the beach, and we just go swimming. We cover our stuff up with our towel, and then we just keep an eye on it. We know that sometimes when surfing around the sea that if someone did want to take it, they could just literally grab and run. We wouldn't be able to get out of the water fast enough. But that's the thing, we don't take anything that we'd absolutely be devastated about losing. If you are that concerned, say about your phone or something, you can get little waterproof bags that you can take out with you. But seriously, use your own judgment. Go by your gut. Get to the beach. Is it super crowded? Does it feel a bit dodgy? Do you feel like you can trust leaving your stuff? And if you've just literally got your phone and a book, then just put them under your towel and stuff and be quite close to the water and then just go in for a swim. Don't worry about it. You're there to enjoy yourself. That's the thing. If you start taking loads and loads and loads of stuff down to the beach, you're not going to enjoy it because you're going to be sat there like, I really want to cool off in the water, but I can't because I brought all this stuff. You know what I mean? Take a book, take your phone if you want, take a couple of pictures, and that's it. A bit of money for a coffee. Don't worry about it. All right, my camera's telling me that it's about to overheat and shut down, which I really appreciate, Sony. Thank you very much. All right, so I hope you found this helpful. I obviously didn't cover absolutely everything, but those are some of the things that come to mind when I try and keep my things safe, because I do travel with a camera, a GoPro, a laptop, a Kindle, a this and a that and the other. I guess overall advice is use your common sense. Follow your gut. Don't show all your possessions off, but also relax a little. A lot of places, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Not everyone's looking at you like, I'm going to rob her, I'm going to rob him, I'm going to rob her, They're not, all right? But keep your wits about you and just be sensible and have fun. Sorry, I feel like this is such a negative video talking about being robbed and stuff because it's so rare. What are your tips? Have you got any little tricks or hacks of keeping your money safe, your possessions safe? Let me know down below, and I'm going to go because I've been rambling way too long. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all our PsychoTraveller links are down there. I will see you tomorrow or the next day. I'm not too sure.